Joe Milano's done it again. They just released a new Game of Spades Black Sapphire. The question is this Joe Milano's new masterpiece? Stick around, let's talk about it.
And you wanna write it down? Would it kill you just to listen?
What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to My 2 Cents 2.0. My name is Brian, and this is the channel that keeps you smelling great without breaking the bank. So I asked the fragrance family in my Dumont Nitro Gold review whether or not you cared about the box, and only one person responded with no. So until I get more responses, here's the box. All right, front of the box, back of the box, bottom of the box, inside the box. Same standard bottle, it's just got some sparkles on it, and it's got this nice black to clear gradient. It looks like the Game of Spades bottle. Now this is apart from concentration. It is my scent of the day. On this hand here, I have the dry down, so I'm going to go straight to this hand. And we'll spray on a little bit more. All right, full test drive is over. All right, I've worn this for over a week now. This is what I get from it. So it starts out with a nice blast of orange bergamot. Nice little combo there, so you get some nice citrus. And then that kind of starts developing into a nice pear accord. It's a little fruity. It's a little bubblegummy, actually. And Blue Talisman has that kind of bubblegummy quality. Oh, and by the way, this has got a lot of that Blue Talisman DNA. Hence why I said Blue Talisman. And I'm sure you've already seen the reviews out there, so you know that a lot of people are calling this a 1-to-1 to Blue Talisman. Well, it's not. But it's got a lot of the qualities of it, because that mandarin orange, that bergamot, and you get that pear, you get this really nice ginger. It's spicy, it's very bright, it's fresh. There is a really uplifting, clean, and ultra clean woody quality to this. And I think that is coming from a synthetic ingredient called Georgie wood. No, I think it's Georgie wood. And man, it's got this really nice cleanliness to it, like ultra clean. But there's also some orange blossom in here, giving it a little bit of a soapy quality, like an orangey soapiness, but also I get some jasmine following behind that orange blossom. I don't believe jasmine is actually in the notes, but I do detect a little bit of an indolic jasmine. That also could just be the Akagala wood, which is giving it a slight spiciness. It's also giving it and amplifying that Georgie wood, that giving it more of a woody quality. There's not a whole lot of darkness to this fragrance. It's very bright. It's very clean. It's very quite refreshing. Leans a little feminine in certain aspects, and that's probably just the way they do that orange blossom in here. But I find it to be very wearable and, in my opinion, more masculine than feminine. The Akagala wood almost plays a little bit like an oud, but that also could be that jasmine. It's a little indolic, a little funky, but I enjoy it. It's almost a touch of like a rubbery quality. You also get a ton of clean musks. This is a very musky fragrance. And the longevity is really nice. All right, I get a solid 8-9 hours of longevity. It projects very well within the first 2.5 to 3 hours. It's one of those that I believe also there's some ambroxan, because I go a little nose blind, but it could be that Georgie wood, which might actually be a little bit like ambroxan. The cleanliness really amplifies itself once you step outside from the AC into the heat, and it just kind of permeates and fills your nostrils. I really enjoy that aspect. Now, when I'm sitting in the AC, it kind of sits down a little bit. I kind of go a little nose blind to it, but longevity is good, solid. Sillage, good, solid. Fragrance, it's solid. Now, I do also have Bougermie's The Enforcer, which is their inspiration, their dupe, as y'all like to call it, everybody likes to call it, their clone of Blue Talisman. This is a lot more on the aromatic and fruity side. There's not as much of that clean woodiness. You don't get as much of that akagala wood, which adds a, that slight spiciness to it. Adds a little bit of that funkiness to it. And also not really detecting that much like jasmine or that indolic jasmine. But this is also a great inspiration and also gets good longevity. Not as good of longevity as, Black Sapphire, but still, this is only like $28. This was a little expensive. I think I paid like $80 for it, somewhere around there. And it did show up on time, which is surprising because I bought it from Joma's shop. Their shipping sucks. Joma's shop, if they didn't have good prices or some of the best prices out there, I would never shop there. Not a chance in hell. I'm definitely a lot more wary about shopping there. And also, I will never be affiliated with them. Don't you worry. Ever. Never. So Joma Shop, don't bother. But Game of Spades, Black Sapphire, would I consider this a masterpiece? I think this is one of their best fragrances that they've put out in a while. I do really enjoy what it does. It does kind of have a blue kind of, I don't know, backbone to it, though it's not really a blue fragrance, though it's extremely versatile. It is definitely signature scent worthy, but if you don't like aromatic fragrances, you might not like this. But if you do like woody fragrances and do like aromatic fragrances with a nice fruitiness up top. Now, when I say bubblegummy, I said this before, it's not like ultra bubblegummy. It just kind of has a little bit of a bubblegumminess with that pear and that citrus up, off the bat, with that creamy or like orangey orange blossom. Yeah, sure, orangey orange blossom, sitting there, combining in with that pear and that citrus. But I think this is really good. I would never spend the money on Blue Talisman, so I think this is, for the price, yes, it's a really good fragrance. Now, retail on this, full retail, I think it's $220. That's bullshit. I would never spend that much. $80, I spent that. I wish it was more in that $60 range. So I do believe that this will probably drop, in price. So just, be patient. But if you, think $80 isn't that bad, then yeah, I think this is definitely one I would sample it before you buy it. Don't ever blind buy anything. Let me do the blind buying for you, and hopefully I can gain your trust enough to, possibly make the right decision later on. I'm not here to sell you on shit. Never going to sell you on anything. I just want to put my 2 cents out there and help you along your fragrance journey. And I also want you to help me along my fragrance journey. So feel free to always leave me a comment and let me know what you think of, certain fragrances. Let me know fragrances that you think I should get my nose on and you'd like me to put my 2 cents in on. But Game of Spades, Black Sapphire, do I think it's a masterpiece? I wouldn't call it a masterpiece. I would definitely call it probably one of the best fragrances that they put out. I did like the Emerald Extra de Parfum, but it was a little bit of a cash grab for me. This one, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I think they did a great job with this. It is synthetic, all right? They're using some synthetic ingredients in here, but so is Blue Talisman. Let's just be honest. This smells of high quality. The atomizer is fantastic. There's not a lot of harshness to it. It's very well polished and it's very well put together. Let me know what you think. If you've tried, Black Sapphire, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think of Blue Talisman. I know some of you out there think that it's a little feminine, which I totally agree. There is definitely some feminine qualities to it. But I think this one is a little bit of a mixture of Blue Talisman and the Blue Talisman Extrat. I haven't tried the Extrat, but this is a little bit different in a few facets than Blue Talisman. But that's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. And if you enjoyed today's content, then do me a favor. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, keep smelling great and stay frugal. And I'll see you in the next one.
And you wanna write it down? Would it kill you just to listen?